Hi guys, welcome back. Got a request today. As you can see from the picture, we're going to be looking at foliage and how to easily throw together colours to bring your landscape to life. Okay, let's see how this goes. So we've got cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, sap green, burnt umber, and whatever blue you've got going on in the sky. So for me in this instance, that's ultramarine blue. Ultramarine's a little bit weak, so I'll be putting a little bit more in, but we're going to make two modifiers and then modify the sap green. So this is a really quick fix for anyone wanting to put some trees in a landscape. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the dark modifier, and the dark modifier, bear with me on this, is 2 parts, very roughly, burnt umber, to 1 part, very roughly, of your blue. Now if you're using a powerful blue like phthalo, you might want to just tone the blue down in the mix a little bit, but we're going to mix those together into a sort of a blue-brown. Okay, so that's modifier number 1. It's going to scoop that up and pop it up here. We'll be using that in a second. I'm just using baby wipes here just to clean the palette. If you've never seen this done before, where have you been? I've been using these for donkey's years and I've mentioned them before a couple of times, but it's the wipes with hydrogenated castor oil in that you need. So in this case I'm just using Pampers Sensitive. The water-based ones don't work, they'll just make a horrible mess, but to get rid of greasy oils on your palette, there's nothing quite like hydrogenated castor oil in those baby wipes. Anyway, on with the next. So that's the first modifier. That takes us into the darks, into the shadows, which is a really nice way to achieve the effect that we're after here. And the other end of the scale, we need a highlight colour. So I'm going to use the yellow. Now, this is a really powerful yellow, 2 powerful and 2 yellow. So I'm going to take that down a bit using some of the yellow ochre. And we're just going to make it a little bit more orange. Now if you are in the luxurious position of having a decent set of paint and you happen to have a tube of chrome yellow, what I've just made there is effectively chrome yellow, so you could save yourself a bit of hassle by chucking that extra tube in the bag. There's our 2 modifiers. Okay, just quickly clean the palette knife, and what we're going to do now is we're going to take these modifiers and we're going to use them on some green. So this is the sap green. It's a lovely colour, not particularly useful straight out of the tube, but you know, it's okay. I'm going to start with the darks here, because when you're painting, if you've got a fan brush on the go or whatever it's going to be, you always start with the shadows with oil paint and then put the highlights on afterwards, the lighter colours. I'm not going to clean the palette knife. I'm going to leave all of that paint on there. I'm going to pick up just a tiny little bit of the modifier there. I'm going to mix that into the bottom of the swatch. A little bit more, I think. Just enough to see the effect. And then, without wasting any of it, I'm going to pick up a little bit more of the modifier. Make another swatch. And we're going to basically do this all the way down until we're back to the modifier colour itself. And that gives us a full range then of all of the darks that we're going to need in any composition. You don't have to use them, but they're there, they're available. There we go, we're back to that modifier colour at the bottom there now. So at this point I am going to clean my palette knife, because I'm now going in the other side with the highlight colour. This is a super powerful colour, so you really don't need a lot. Be careful with this, you can always put more in, you can't take it out. And we don't want to go too far into the lights straight away. Actually, we've got a pile of the green there, so I'm just going to start just with a slightly light mix there. Really not putting a lot in here, as you can see. Less is more, because the more swatches you have, the more choices you've got. And when you're painting, variety is the key. You don't want everything to be just one colour throughout the painting. You want to be able to dip in here, dip in there, you know, really get a good variety, because nature is rarely so lazy as to have a single colour, with the possible exception of monocultures like rapeseed and so on. And there we go, we're back at the modifier colour. So modifier dark, modifier light, starting at the green and just cascading on through. So there you go, nice easy way of throwing some foliage colours together, particularly useful if you're painting plein air, because chances are you'll have those colours out on your palette already. A reminder to everyone, if you do have any particular requests, if there's anything you're struggling with or anything you'd just like to see different ways of achieving the same results, then let me know in the comments down below. Thanks very much for watching, take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.